Hi everyone and welcome back to my podcast, Life of an Artrepreneur. I'm going to be joined this morning by Shannon Mullin, who is a fellow pet portrait and wildlife artist and one of my good friends now. We met online this year. We live quite close together, to be honest, and since then we've been on a few walks, we've been to a paint and sip, we've met up quite a few times. So I thought the first artist that I'm going to have to get on the podcast is obviously Shannon. So I hope you enjoyed this episode and let us know what you think by commenting below. Hello.
Hello.
It's working.
Oh, God.
How are you?
Working. I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. I'm boiling. I might take this off. I'm absolutely sweating
I
already.
don't know. What is weather all about? Like, how does
Yesterday
it
was
go?
so nice. It was like 25 degrees for one day and one day only.
I know what the hell. And then it's meant to be like this all weekend, though.
Mm,
But it's like, I thought summer was over. Everyone's getting their pumpkin spice lattes
I
out
know,
and
I'm in
stuff.
the autumn mood now, but
Yeah. I can't keep up with it. I feel like I'm rubbish at answering questions, so bear with me. You might need to edit the bits where I'm like,
yeah, honestly, I edit so much of mine. I
yeah.
record for like an hour and then I end up with about 20 minutes because I edit so much out.
Oh,
I actually screenshotted some of the questions because I put it on my story. So for anyone that doesn't know, how did you become a pet portrait and wildlife artist?
So, I sort of like fell into it by accident, really. I always loved drawing animals, and it's something that I did a lot when I was little. My granddad bought me a book when I was only 4 or 5 years old on how to draw animals. I've still got it now. And I used to just be obsessed with trying to like copy all the drawings in it and the photos. And I've just sort of carried on since then. And when I was in school or college, I started drawing my own pets, and my mum and dad started taking the drawings that I was doing into work to show all their friends because they were like, "Oh my God, look what Shannon's done!" And then they started saying, "If we pay her, will she draw our pets for us?" So it sort of just happened by accident. I think they paid like £20 or something for a graphite drawing because I didn't start out with coloured pencils. I started out with graphite. And I remember my first ever commission was this dog in like a barn window on a farm. And I just remember that so clearly. But that was my first ever commission for, I think it was my mum's friend. And then I did a few for the friends and started sharing those on Facebook. And over time, gradually, just started doing it for more and more people who I didn't know, who didn't have any like connection to my friends or family. And yeah, that's sort of how it started. It just sort of all came about by accident.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it, how it starts from like just word of mouth and you doing it for free
yeah.
or like 20 quid, like you said, for
Yeah.
friends
Yeah.
and family. And then now you send in portraits like all over the world.
Yeah, when I first started, I never would have thought that it would be an actual job. I thought it was just something to do for fun that I'd get like an extra little bit of money for here and there. But
Yeah.
like it's hard to believe that something you do just as a hobby actually could be a full-time job.
Yeah, that's
So,
true, isn't it? I think I kind of fell into it through lockdown. I thought I'm either going to have to search for a job or like, but people at that point were losing jobs because it was the lockdown.
yeah.
And I was doing the pet portraits on the side anyway. It was making me money and I was learning how like other income streams, and I set up an Etsy shop and I updated my website, and then I kept getting more and more in. So it just kind of developed from there, really. But I'm glad now that I'm doing it full time because I couldn't really imagine myself doing anything else, to be honest.
No, I always say that to people.
Weird.
Like, I cannot see myself doing anything else. Like, what would I just wouldn't know where to even start. Like, if one day I lost all this, I had to start again, I'd be like, what should I do?
I know. I
Yeah.
feel like if I didn't do this, I probably would have gone into graphic design or something like that. But I just know that I wouldn't have enjoyed it. Like working for someone else, I just wouldn't
Yeah,
enjoy it.
I know. I've always struggled with that. Like, I'd be fine working in like a normal job for someone else, but deep down, I wouldn't be fulfilled in the way that I am
Yeah,
now.
that's it. Because you're working for like their dreams, aren't you? Not your own.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
We've talked about the Kenya trip before off camera, but you're excited for Kenya, aren't you? It's not that.
I am, yeah. It's literally just over 3 weeks away now, I think. It's on the 26th of September, so not long to go. But yeah, we're taking a group of 8 travellers. So me and Zoe Fitchett, another wildlife artist. we're taking a group of 8 travellers to Kenya, and we're going to be going on safaris, seeing the wildlife in the natural habitat, which is amazing because obviously as wildlife artists we draw a lot of wildlife, and some of it we've never seen like properly in the wild. So to actually make that connection and draw subjects that we're going to see and see how they live and like their movements, their daily habits, it's just going to be amazing to see that like in front of us. So yeah, it's sort of like taking the art and taking it to another country, and yeah, I'm just so excited for that. It's come round so fast.
I know it has.
It
What's
has.
like the itinerary, like run through it all?
We're going to visit a wildlife conservation project. Basically, they're going to tell us about how they support the rangers that are supporting the conservation, like gives them the tools and the equipment to like look after the natural habitat and the animals. And then we're going to be going on a safari in the Aberdare National Park, and I think you're supposed to see elephants and possibly rhinos there. So
I feel like the elephants would be my favourite.
Yeah, that'll be amazing. I know a few people that have been to like Kenya and other places in Africa on safari recently, and I've been like, what, did you see everything? And they're like, no, we didn't see everything. So I'm like, I'm hoping that we'll get to see like everything that we want to see.
Yeah.
But, and then we're going to be going on hikes. We're doing a cycle safari, so actually getting to ride alongside the animals on a bike. Thankfully, there's no predators in that area, so we're not going to
Don't want to be chased, do you?
by a lion, hopefully. But yeah, we're supposed to see giraffes and zebras on the cycle safari, hopefully. And we're visiting the inspiration for the Lion King films, so we get to go and see the rock that inspired Pride Rock. All sorts of stuff. We're doing art workshops. We're getting everyone like their own little art pack, and we're going to be drawing some like smaller little focus sections, I think. Just something that's like a bit more straightforward to follow. So everyone's going to have their own little kit, and we're going to be doing that while we're at the campsites because we're camping for the majority of the trip. So we're going to be in the thick of it, like drawing in the actual environment, so
get the full experience.
And we're doing zip lining. Honestly, it's going to be a jam-packed week. We're going to be coming home like, wow, we've just done so much.
Come home, you'll be shattered, you'll be sleeping for a week.
No, I probably will be. I'll have no time to draw anything. I'll be like fast asleep.
Is one of you taking like a really good quality camera so you can get like good pictures when you're out there?
I know that Zoe's taking a good camera. She's getting like a good lens for it. And we've got Matt who's going. He's a photographer. He sort of like does it in his spare time. So he'll know what he's doing. He'll be able to get good pictures. I'm taking a vlogging camera, so I'll probably get more of the sort of like the wider view of things. But Matt is kindly lending me his old camera, so hoping I'll be able to get some good like references and footage as well. But I'm not like the most clued up on cameras, but he said he'll help me. He'll teach me how to use it. So yeah, I should be getting some good captures, some good footage.
So good,
How's the new vlogging camera? Is it good?
I've not properly like practiced a full video of it. I've filmed like little clips, you know, where you're like testing, like doing like random clips like that. Yeah, literally. So I've not tried it properly, but I think I might do a video with it next week and see how I get on. But it's really cool. Like I'll show it you.
It's nice because it's small and you don't always want to get your phone out, do you, when you're like in public and stuff?
I had never seen a camera like this before. It's tiny, so it's
that is tiny.
Osmo Pocket 3, and it's so cute. It's like Suzanne, who's coming on the trip, she said it's like WALL-E, you know, like the Disney film.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, that is going to be like really handy, I think, for vlogging in Kenya. So I need to do a proper test of it, but yeah, so far I love it.
Vlogs are going to be so good.
I know, I'm like proper putting the pressure on myself now. I'm like, these vlogs need to be like, they need to be good.
I'm waiting for them. I put a question box on Instagram and I screenshotted off my stories, everyone that has asked us some questions. The main one is, how did you two become friends? We spoke about this off camera before.
So we've always followed each other on Instagram. And obviously, like, you interact with other artists, like, you like the stuff, you send them little messages. And we've sort of been doing that for quite a while, hadn't we? And then I think we noticed that we both lived near each other. I think maybe you posted something on your story, or I did, and we were like, oh, you're not far from me.
Yeah,
And then
that's near me.
yeah, so I currently live near Garstang, which is like the other side of Preston, and you don't live too far from me, so
I feel like we're both on the other sides of Preston.
we're both opposite sides. So I was like, I can't remember what one of us was like, should we go for a walk and meet up or something? So we went for a dog walk. I took Paddy. Paddy fell in love with Becca. Like, I've never seen him take to someone so quickly. I hadn't even got out of the car yet, and he was like obsessed with you. He was trying to get to you.
Oh.
And yeah, we went for a nice walk.
When we were walking, he kept nudging me with his head and just kept,
he just had to be like right next to you at all times. It was so weird. I think you did a little bit of did you vlog it a little bit?
Yeah.
And then we went out for a little bit of food on the walk, and Paddy was just, he wasn't for sitting and chilling, he just wanted to be right next to you the whole time. And then what did we do after that?
We went to Smith Hill's farm after that.
That was it. We went to Smith Hill's.
Maybe a month or two later, we went to Smith Hill's farm, which is like, you can get really close to like farm animals, can't you? So it's good for reference photos. We went in that little bit where you can hold all the baby animals, and it was just full of kids, and then just me and Shannon sat there.
We were the oldest ones there without kids.
By a mile. The woman came over, she was like, do you want me to take a picture of you? And we're there with our little baby rabbit.
We were like, yes, please. Memories.
Yeah.
That was such a cute day though. Like, I feel like, cute day. Even if it is like somewhere that people usually take kids, you just gotta go and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, it is quite cute. Like, if you're an animal lover, definitely go to Smith Hill's.
Oh yeah.
Where is it?
Bolton, I think. Yeah, Bolton way. So yeah, that was a really nice day. And then we met up, we did a paint and sip art class, didn't we?
A few weeks ago.
Yeah, that was really, I loved that. So fun. I don't think I did a good job, but I enjoyed it. Yours was really good. Everyone was like, oh wow, yours is so good. And I was like, she's a professional artist.
I was like, shut up.
He was like, shut up.
Yeah, I don't even know where it is, to be honest. Probably in this stack of stuff.
Mine's in my bedroom, like propped up, like
on the wall.
Yeah, like Pride of Place. I was like, I don't actually hate it.
Around Christmas time, we should get a few more artists together and find somewhere else that does it in like Manchester or something.
Yeah, somewhere a bit more central. A bit hard work for everyone else to get to Preston, but we'll find somewhere that everyone can get to and actually like reach out and ask people to come.
Yeah. I'm just going to shut this blind. I'm literally being blinded by the light.
It's so bright today.
I keep like cry laughing.
Now I'm going to be in dark. Oh, that's better.
Mine, like, what is that?
Looks like smoke behind you.
Yeah, or like, you know, like when the water's like glistening.
Got a ghost behind you there.
I always say that on my videos. They say, I can see an orb, there's a ghost. I'm like, please don't.
No. Please don't. I'll be moving out. Do you think having a website is important for an artist just starting out?
Oh, this is a good question. So I think there's a difference between an artist who's been doing it for a little while and they're trying to become full-time, or they want to make more of a career out of it, and someone who's literally just starting, like fresh straight into it. I think if you're just starting straight away, it's not something you need to rush into doing. I think you could like work on other things, like improving your art style, becoming better at it, expanding your portfolio, building your social media. I think those are things you should consider putting more into to begin with. But I think further down the line, when you get into the stage where we are, where you're wanting to make it more of a full-time job or even a part-time job, I think then it's time to like get serious and start thinking about having your own website. Because I think if I didn't have a website, I wouldn't feel like I had that professionalism, or I don't know, I just feel like you need it to have that central place where you can put all of your information. People will find you more trustworthy and they'll feel like they can, you know, put the trust in you to create something for them, because especially when they're spending a lot of money on something, I think having a website just gives you that credibility, and yeah, it just makes you more trustworthy.
Yeah, definitely. I think I started mine fairly early on just to have somewhere where all my information was, because you're sick
Yeah.
of like telling everyone the same thing all the time.
Honestly, I used to have a note in my notes app, and it'd be like, here is my price list, blah, 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 blah. And it was all of the information, and I'd copy and paste it over every time. And that was all right for a little bit. But I think when you're getting more queries and you're spending more time getting back to people, it's so much better to just say, here's my price list, like, here's the link, go and have a look, let me know if you've got any questions. And all the information's there. They don't need to, most of the time, there's not really much to ask because it is all there. So having that place where you've got everything listed and all of the information's there, I think is just so much better. But obviously, definitely, you have to pay for a website, so you want to be in a place where you can pay like the monthly payments or the one-off fee, whichever way you decide to do it. So yeah, I think I did mine when I quit my job and thought I'm going to be serious about this. I set mine up then, but I did it for years on the side without a website. But I probably would have done it sooner if I'd have put more time and thought into it.
Yeah. And also when you build like your first ever website, it's going to look rubbish. Mine looked awful. And I feel like even now you're constantly working on it. It's like a working document. You're constantly altering things and updating stuff. So it's not like you just make it and then that's it. Like you're constantly adding stuff to it. So probably bear that in mind as well if you're thinking of starting a website.
I think if you start out with the basics, like if you have your homepage, your price list, maybe a page about you, contact form, just like really simple things, and then build from there. Like you don't want to go straight in and have like an online shop and all the stuff that you think you need. Like just keep it simple, do a few pages, and it's better than having nothing at all. So
yeah, definitely. How are you finding having an online shop on your website? For me, like updating everything is the most tedious job ever.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Do you know what? Yeah, I'm having a bit of a like, I've hit a bit of a wall with it now where I'm sort of thinking, is this the direction that I want to go in? It's hard because I enjoy doing it. I enjoy putting my artwork on products and having it on my website, but realistically, I'm like, do I want to go down the tutorial route a bit more and put all my time and energy into that? I don't know. And I'm having issues at the minute. The cardstock that I use, the website has gone off. They've closed the website. So I don't know where I'm going to get hold of that. So in my head, I'm a bit like, is this a sign that I should just, like, I don't know. I'm having a bit of a think about it at the minute, but I love it. But
greetings cards are really nice because it's like people have a little bit of your art in the house without paying for like an original or a print. But then I suppose if you're doing like bookmarks and prints and cards and little bits of stuff, packaging all of that takes up quite a lot of time, doesn't it? And you want to make everything personal and write a thank you note and everything, and it takes up so much time that you think, should you spend that on something else that's more profitable?
Sort of temporarily closed my Etsy shop while I don't have access to the cardstock, and I've taken most things off my website, and I feel like I've had so much time because I've not been doing orders like I used to. It would take me a good hour or two in the morning to do a few orders, and when you really think about it, I'm like, is that worth spending that much time on? I don't know. It's good for those who are getting like hundreds of orders a week, a day. That's probably like well worth the time. But I think when you're doing like 3 or 4 here, 3 or 4 there, it does eat up a lot of your time, and you have to sort of sit and think, is this worth putting that much into? I think your time is very precious, isn't it, when you work for yourself?
Definitely.
So
especially with coloured pencils, they take long enough, so you need all the time you can get.
Like, exactly. That's
maybe you could open up your Etsy shop at like Christmas time when it's like going to be really busy, and then just like close it for part of the year.
There's got to be a way around it where you can still do it, but it not eat into like valuable time where you could be doing something else. I'm going to have a real good think about what I want to do, because there's other options as well. You can do print on demand, but then you're sort of taking away the personal touch, and that's the thing that I like about packing and fulfilling your own orders. You can write your little notes, like you said, and you can really put your personal stamp on it. But yeah, I think you get to a point where you sort of have to pick your income streams and like sort of do a few really well, and rather than do loads average.
Don't want to like juggle 100 things at once, even though you like, if you're just starting out, you kind of want to dip your toe into everything to see what you like, and then start to niche down into something. But yeah, I think tutorials for us and vlogging is what we enjoy, isn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah. I love the creative aspect of making vlogs, like just adding the music, like getting the nice shots. Like we were laughing, weren't we, at the paint and sip because we were trying to get like little artistic shots, and we were like, oh, that's a good shot.
On the cinematic mode,
Yeah.
like getting it really slow. I always feel
Oh.
dead like zen when I've watched your vlogs. It's just like
Oh,
relaxing, cozy vibes.
Oh, thank you. I feel the same when I watch yours, though. Sometimes I'll like wake up in the morning and I'm like, I'll watch Becca's vlog before I get up today. Like, there's just something really, like you say, peaceful and calming about watching someone create artwork. Like, it is very zen.
I
Very,
like seeing behind the scenes of stuff as well. Like, you think of an artist and you think, oh, they're just selling artwork or doing prints or drawing, but there's so much behind the scenes that people don't get to see. So in an artist vlog, you can actually show that. So it's quite nice in that sense as well.
Yeah, definitely. So I like the creative aspect of creating videos.
Yeah, definitely. The editing.
The only thing that I don't love editing is the tutorials because I feel like they're very samey. Like do you enjoy editing tutorials though, don't you?
I don't mind. I feel like once I get going with it, I'm off. But getting into it, I'm just a bit like, oh, I do get you. It's kind of the same old.
You're just watching what you've just done again. So sometimes I'm a bit like, oh, I'd love if someone just did this for me. But
you get sick of hearing your own voice as well.
Yeah, you do. I love editing more creative videos, but I don't love editing the less creative, sort of just simple videos.
How do you stay motivated while drawing? I feel sometimes a drawing never seems to end. Seems never ending.
I think the way that I structure my days now, I tend to do like some filming in the morning, so I'll get that done because I find that the hardest to sort of bring myself to sit down and film a tutorial. By the time I've finished that and I come back the next day, I'm ready to sit down and do it again. But if I'm feeling a bit demotivated, I'll put like my favourite music on, or I'll put something that I really enjoy and gets me in a good mood, and then I'll just instantly feel ready to tackle it and get into it. But yeah, I don't often feel like that really. I enjoy drawing so much that I don't often get that like dreaded, oh, I'm not feeling this today. But if I'm really feeling like that, then I'm better off going out for a walk, finding some inspiration, and getting into nature, clearing your head, and coming back when you're feeling better, because you can't force it. If you're feeling really not in the mood for it, you can't force it. So yeah, either crack on with some music and get into it, or just take yourself away for a little bit.
Yeah, I think taking like regular breaks is always a good one. I find listening to podcasts or watching like a vlog in the background is like gets me in the drawing mood. And I find drawing in the evening is good for me. Maybe because I think, oh, I'm going to bed in like 3 hours, so I really need to get on with it. And I've got that timer in my head. I just seem to work a lot quicker and better in the evening.
Yeah, you messaged me the other night and a picture of you drawing. It was like 11 at night. I was like, are you drawing now at this hour? I'd love to be someone who draws in the evening, but once I've like had my tea and I'm like, I feel like I'm settled for the night then. But yeah, I think I probably would get a lot more done if I just sat down and did a few hours here and there in the evening. But I'm going to do that on Sunday actually. I think I might do a bit late night Sunday drawing or get some other bits done. But yeah, I feel like I need to try that more.
It also helps you like unwind a bit, because I feel like in the day, if I've filmed a tutorial or I've done loads of editing and loads of admin stuff and packaging, by the time I've done all that, I'm like, oh. So then in the evening after my tea, I'm like, oh, I'll just do a bit of drawing. I'll just do it leisurely, like put a vlog on. And it's like a way to unwind as well. It's like you're drawing, but you're also working.
Yeah, because that is what I used to do when I worked full time. I used to come home and I'd draw in the evening after I'd had my tea, and like that would be my sort of relaxation sort of period. So I suppose like I could get back into doing that. So I used to work in marketing. I worked at Matalan for a little bit at the head office. I did digital content coordinator, I think was my job title. So I worked on the content for the website and those emails that you get in your inbox like every single day, because we literally sent an email every day.
Really?
Yeah, so I worked on the team that like put the briefs together for the designers, and like we worked closely with the designers to like create the content. So I did that for a little bit, but I wasn't enjoying the commuting. I'd only like recently passed my driving test, and I was driving to Liverpool and back every day, and it was just it was too much. Yeah, it was too much. Too much too soon, I think. And then I got a job working for a website company doing marketing again, and that was more local, so that was better. But yeah, I always craved that like ability to be more creative for me rather than for someone else. And yeah, I just never found that the jobs were as creative as I'd hoped they were.
But it's good because you've got them like marketing skills and loads of like your website looks amazing and you've kind of used that for your own stuff now.
Yeah, I do feel like it's helped to shape the things that I do now, and it's helped me to create things like websites and social media posts and all that. So it has been helpful. It wasn't time wasted. So yeah, I think it did help in the end, but it was a lot going to uni for 3 years to do like 6 months of work and be like, yeah, this isn't for me.
Yeah, literally. It's mad because we both went to Leeds, didn't we? We both went to Leeds and we both had the same fine art college teacher as well.
Honestly, it's so weird. Yeah, so you went to Leeds College of Art, didn't you?
Yeah. Challenge you had to face doing artwork full time. Love her work. That's about you.
Oh, thank you. Oh, a challenge that I've had to face. I have to think about this one for a second.
I guess it's that whole thing of being like more self-disciplined. You've got to be self-disciplined rather than relying on being motivated, because sometimes you're not really in the mood to draw, even though we love drawing. Like it takes so much concentration that you can't think, oh, am I in the mood to draw today? Because you sometimes just need to get on with it. So you've got time to do all the other stuff of your business, otherwise it won't run.
I think something that I've really struggled with, that I've only sort of got control of a little bit, is managing your time. So like you said, you start out, you're dipping your toes in everything, you're trying all these different things, which is great, but then it's like, how on earth do you balance all of those things? Like filming a tutorial will take me what 2 hours, and then I have to edit it, and then I might get an Etsy order, I have to go and pack that, and there's so many different things, and I think sometimes you can get a bit caught up in focusing on one thing, and then before you know it, half your day's gone and you've not done all the other things that you need to do. So there's no one telling you, right, Shannon, this is what we're doing today, like get this work done and we'll have a catch up later. Like there's none of that. It's just you and working on your own. I think that's why like so many of us have become friends and reached out to each other on Instagram, because it's just us. We're sort of like running the whole show. So to have friends that are doing the same thing, and how do you do this, and oh, that's a good idea, I'm gonna try that. Like it's just so nice to have other people that are doing the same thing and sort of give you tips and help you figure it out too. So yeah, I've really struggled with time management, but it's something that I've definitely improved at over the years.
What did you say in your vlog that you've started using?
I use Trello. I've used that in a couple of different jobs actually, so I don't know why I didn't use it sooner, but I basically I make checklists, and I'll have like a morning checklist. This is something that I used to struggle with. I wouldn't sit down and do all the little admin bits. I'd just get straight into my cat. I was like, what is that? That honestly scared me. I wouldn't sit down and do all the little admin bits. I'd go straight into it, and I'd be like filming a video, and then I'd be like, oh, I haven't checked my emails, and then I'd be stressing like I need to do that. But now I literally sit down, I'll be like, right, emails check, Facebook check, Instagram, all my Facebook groups that I've got, I'll check those. I'll check Patreon, see if I've got anyone new, send them a welcome message, and all the little things that can sort of you can fall behind on. I have like different checklists to do those now, and I've got ongoing things that I need to do. I've got everything written down. I've got cards for all my important links, so if anyone ever messages me, oh, where'd you get this from? I'm like, oh, it's on my Trello, I'll just copy it over. It's just like one place where I can have everything, and I've been so much more organised, and it's free as well. So
I think I need to try that out,
because I used to like have paper to-do lists that I would do every day, but for some reason like paper doesn't seem to work well for me. I have to use digital methods of organising.
I feel like I'm the opposite. I've got my like weekly, daily planner, and I have to highlight everything that I've done, and the physical thing of like scratching it out.
Yeah.
I feel like, right, that's done. This Trello thing sounds better.
Yeah.
And it's good because you can
Goodness.
get it on your phone as well. So, you know, like if you're out and about and you want to make a note of something, you can just do it while you're out on your phone. So I find that helps me more than having paper, because if I'm out and then I need to like remind myself of something, I'll end up putting it somewhere random and then I'll just forget. So having it all in one place, I think I need that. Otherwise, I am quite a forgetful person, and it does really annoy me that I tend to just let things slip my mind a little bit. So I have to be so on the ball not to do that.
Yeah, I get you. I might go for a walk after this because it is actually quite nice, isn't it?
I planned to do some work this morning. Now I'm like, it seems a shame not to go outside.
I know. I love working when it's awful weather outside. I find that it's dead cosy. But then when it's sunny, you just kind of want to be out, don't you?
I know, when it's rainy, you sort of think, well, I don't have anywhere better to be because it's a bit of a rubbish day anyway, so I'm happy being here. But on a day like this, I'm like, might not get this again.
I know we get like the odd few days here and there, and that's it. But yeah, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. You're the first artist guest.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm very honoured.
Oh, but thank you so much for coming on and taking some time.
Great,
I appreciate it.
Oh, no, honestly, I love doing stuff like this, so I enjoyed it. Thank you.